I know why you dislike marketing. I know why you hate advertising. It's because you cannot tell if it's working. And I know this because I've done it myself. I've been in marketing since 1999. I've been a business owner just like you. I currently own a retail business as well as my marketing firm. And the part that pains me and you most is spending $1 and not see where it goes anywhere. That's been the lifelong question that most marketers and business owners have been after. When I spend $1, what happens? Well, I've got the answer, at least for my program. And here's where it came from. 4 years ago in 2015, a client of mine, a restaurant owner, a very successful restaurant owner, said, Matt, I love your excitement for social media, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and digital traffic. I can't deposit a like at Fifth Third Bank. Show me the value of growing our social media presence and I'll give you more money to do it. Well, we did and he did. And that's where the ROI engine came from, which is what I wrote my book on, Don't 86 Your Restaurant Sales. And this case study that a marketing company gave a client of mine recently sums it up. So it's a restaurant case. It's one page. And there's this paragraph over here that says the results. So this is the goal, what they did, show some social media posts, the results. In 2 months, the average post engagement increased 448% from 25 to 137. So what you're telling me is as a business, you paid somebody to get you 137 post engagements from 25. Well, that's garbage. And what I'm going to show you isn't. This is a case study for one of our pizza restaurants, Rapid Fired Pizza. We work with many locations. We work with a lot of restaurants. But I want to walk you through this case study and tell you exactly why we know what it's doing, because there's one little section of that, engagement. Ours goes with engagement, which drives a database, which drives sales, which helps your restaurant. So let's go ahead and dig into this case study. And I'd love to have a conversation with you if you want to find out how we can help you do just this. So let's hop into it. So here we are, Rapid Fired Pizza. And when I look at this, we've got 3 main parts here on this. The first part is get attention. Get attention by engaging social media posts. And as you see, this post had over 6,800 comments. Yes, 6,800 people made a comment on this Facebook post. Now, if that was the end story there, we would have destroyed the other case studies out there, but it's not, because those comments without action, without tangible results, are just comments. They're vanity metrics. So let's look at what it does next. Next, we're using a Facebook Messenger automation program that I created called the ROI engine to drive those people into Messenger and email for your database. In this case, over 4,600 people in your database, of which, when you see the stats in a minute, could account for in excess of 140,000 in annual sales. Now our third part, driving sales, because just like getting attention isn't enough, growing a database off of getting attention is enough, because you've got to know that that database actually physically walks in your restaurant. Because what good is a database if they don't come give you money and spend money in your establishment and tip your servers, driving sales? As you see here, 34% of this database visited the restaurant and spent $35,969 on 2,400 visits. Yes, they spent $35,000. That is the program to get them into your restaurant from the attention getting ads, from the database we grew. We're able to track that those people walked in and spent money. Now let's dig a little deeper into that. So you can see the Facebook post here. It's engaging. We're bribing the customers to get involved. And it works because those 6,800 plus comments also led to 500 plus shares. Yes, we reached a lot of people. If you're really impressed with reach, we reached 100,000 plus people. And now to take this into a little deeper, this ad was targeted to people right around the restaurant. We go about 3 to 5 miles out for this brand. The other aspect that's pretty cool is when we do the ad in future months, we only retarget people that, 1, aren't in the program because you can't get in it twice, and 2, look just like the people who have redeemed. So we're able to get our clients better results because we're able to market to people based on people who redeemed, because we're creating custom audiences in Facebook on that. So now let's go to the next step of this, the database. Yes, 4,681 people are currently in this database. Of those people, 34.31% have redeemed their initial offer, meaning 1,661 people of the 4,681 have been activated. Now, I've seen many studies where direct mail will drive 2 to 5%, 5 to 8%. I've never seen it where it drives 34%. The reason that is we're finding the right people. We're spending money to get the attention of the right people, to get them in a database, to walk them into your restaurant. If you look at that database, I'm going to walk this through a little later on, it's upwards of $140,000 in annual sales. Even if I'm half wrong, it's worth in excess of $70,000 to $80,000 sales, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now let's talk about Facebook Messenger, because a lot of you probably aren't familiar with it. And what it is, I equate it to email 20 years ago. I got in marketing in 1999. I remember sending an email for our family boat and RV dealership we started to about 1,000 people and getting 600 responses, getting 80 to 90% of them to open it. That doesn't happen anymore. You know this, and I know this, but it does in Facebook Messenger. And what you're looking at here is a series of broadcasts. And if you look at the read rate, that is the open rate in Messenger, you'll see our worst performing one, 78%. Our best, 99. The average across here is about 95 to 99. If you look at the click rates, they're huge. One of these doesn't have a click. It's a reminder, but the rest of them do. 18%, 26%, 18%, 39%, 39%, 47, 24. Go to the very bottom here and let's look in detail at one specific sequence. So this is a follow-up message in Messenger. So equating to your email, you send an email to your database and tell them that you're having this promotion or this special. Well, this was a simple promotion for a $2 free cheese stick. Great item at this restaurant, by the way. The pepperoni are really good too, but this was the cheesy stick. It was sent to 2,129 people, of which 99.2% opened it, of which 47.8% clicked it. Now, that's where your email stats stop. You know how many open it, how many click it. Here, I can see that of those clicks, 149 of them redeemed. So 14.7% of the clicks walked into the restaurant and redeemed the offer. And that generated almost $2,000 in sales for an average check of $13. Their average check is $11. So we got better customers in. Now let's equate that to email. Let's just say you did an email with that promotion. Well, you'd get 15 to 25% open rate. You'd get a 2 to 5% click-through rate, and you'd have no earthly idea of what it actually did. So let's go to brass tacks. Let's go to our dashboard. Let's go to how we know all this. Well, we're using Facebook Messenger for this redemption process. Now, the one thing I will say, we don't want customers always coming in redeeming offers or promotions. We want them coming back for many other reasons. Our goal is to do 3 things. Number 1, get the attention of the right people. Number 2, get their information so we can communicate with them in the future and not have to spend money to talk to them whenever we want. Because let's face it, when you're doing direct mail, radio, TV, you've got to pay the piper every month if you want to reach those people. In this program, you can reach out to them as much as you want. There's no charge when you do it. The third aspect is tracking that we're getting the right people. And the way we know is we're getting them into the restaurant and spending money. We have validation there. Couple little elements I want to mention here. And this actually came from Peter Wiley, the gentleman who's the marketing director and one of the owners of the franchises of this brand, talked about direct mail. And he said, Matt, one of the things I love about your program versus direct mail is that every month, those people are getting the direct mail piece. You know, you buy some of the coupon magazines and they deliver to 500,000 houses. It's a big number. Well, imagine if the 500 people that redeemed the month before, that company ripped their page out and they didn't get it. Because a lot of your direct mail redemptions are people already coming and they're waiting for the coupon and you're paying them to give a discount. In this case, we exclude people based on their past usage. And we only get new people each month. And then the old people, the people who have already been in, we use other tactics to drive them in. So let's look at this entire program in the database. Getting awareness. This is about a 10-month case study. 562,165 impressions. That's a lot of impressions for a one-location pizza restaurant in the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio. Engagements. Over 13,400 engagements on their Facebook posts. Opt-ins. Over 4,800 opt-ins. The people who redeemed the first offer, 34% or 1,600. And then return visits of future offers, 777, or right around 16% of the database. Now, driving sales is a key element. Like I said, 34% of those people walked in and spent money, 2,438 total redemptions, $35,000 in sales, an average check of $14,700. Now, here's where we look at the program. I know that I'm not going to get every customer back for an offer all the time, and we don't want to. My job is to get them into your restaurant. Once I get them into your restaurant, you now are in charge of giving them a great product, a great experience, a great atmosphere, and getting them back. Because if you do that, and I give you a means to talk to them more often in a more engaging manner, like Facebook Messenger, they'll come back many times, and they don't need an offer. So when we look at this database, we talked to this client and said, okay, how many times does somebody eat at Rapid Fired Pizza on an annual basis? Is it 5 times, 10 times, 20, 30? I know my family, we eat there somewhere between 2 to 3 times a month. So if we eat there twice a month, at 12 months a year, that's 24 times a year. So my question to Peter and his team was, if we get a new customer that's not been to Rapid Fired, and they come in and have a great experience, how many visits can you expect annually from them? The number I've heard from a lot of people, 12 to 16 times. Okay, so what if I get a current customer to come back once every other month? Is that doable? Yeah, of course it is, because I can talk to them more often now and remind them of how amazing the food is and remind them of new flavors and new toppings and seasonal stuff and promotions existing like National Pizza Day or the Super Bowl or Halloween or Thanksgiving, popular times to order pizza. So if I can get them back. So we looked at this, okay, is it a fair number that assume 6 more visits a year or 6 new visits? And that was the number we came up with. When we look at this database, we've already proven that 34% have activated. So if I can get 34% of this database, some portion of that database, back 6 more times a year at the average check, that means we're going to see an annual impact of $141,635 in this case study. At a total cost of the program so far, this client has spent around $11,400. That is a 12-to-1 ROI. Now, I understand that 141 is not trackable. We don't know that every penny's coming in. It could be 200,000. I do know that we've driven in almost 36,000 in trackable sales. I'm also not naive enough to know that if we've driven in 2,400 visits, we've driven in another 3,000 to 4,000 that haven't been tracked. So I know that we're doing it. I know that you having a large database is what's going to help you cement your future. And a program like this that shows you what happens, gives you the keys to the car, and lets you drive the car and see how far it can go is what you need. You don't need case studies that randomly show you that, hey, you talked to 137 people this month. Who cares? I don't care who I talk to. I care who I talk to that walks in the restaurant and spends money. That's all I've got. If you want to reach out and have a conversation, myself or some of my team can take care of you. My name's Matt Platt. My email address is matt@mattplatt.com. My cell phone number is 859-743-2408, 859-743-2408. I'd love to have a conversation with you. See what you think about this. See if you want us to talk to you about training your team on how to do it, or want us to put it in place for you and you can see results like this. We love to try it out. See you later.